100 naira ko. Estamba seko.
Good morning, viewers. You're welcome to the program Lagos This Morning, where we bring to you updates and also deliberate on trending issues in Lagos and across the country. I am Olajide Taufik Olamide, and my host here is...
I am Madini Adila. Welcome to Lagos This Morning.
Alright, let's take a look at the headlines for today. Minister seeks Nigerian support for education. No problem between me, Soludo, says Peter Obi. Girlfriend arrested for stabbing boyfriend to death. NNPC boss Kyari decries oil theft, alleges collaboration between security agents and criminals. G-5 governors meet in Lagos, now Integrity Group, insist on Ayu'S removal. Next government to inherit 71.5 trillion naira debt liabilities after May 29.
Now the news in details. Minister seeks Nigerian support for education. The Minister of Education, Adamu, has called on well-meaning Nigerians to support in the development of the education sector, as government alone cannot shoulder the responsibility of funding of the sector. Adamu added that the promotion and sustenance of science and technology were key. The minister, represented by the Director of Technology and Science in the ministry, Grace Jacko, spoke in Ado-Ekiti on Saturday during the 18th combined convocation ceremony of the Federal Polytechnic Ado-Ekiti, Ekiti State, where 13,677 higher national diploma and national diploma students, academic session formally graduated. It charged polytechnics to strategize and find ways of enhancing their revenue base to complement government funds, as it called on well-meaning individuals to assist the Federal Polytechnic in sponsoring projects and programs that would enhance effective teaching and learning.
Well, the Minister of Education, Adamu, calling on well-meaning Nigerians to support the education system. I actually think, since he's the chairman, is the minister, is the head of the Ministry of Education, he should be the first person to actually make a move. You actually lead while people follow. It is the pathway that you create for people. That is what they actually build on. I don't expect the people to actually... Do you expect them to tell you what to do as the Minister of Education? Come on. He's been saddled with the responsibility to oversee the affairs of the education sector. But now he's calling on Nigerians. Are we going to give money to ASU, or are we going to tell ASU to go back to the class or something? I don't even understand.
He once said that he has failed as a Minister of Education.
Imagine.
So I can imagine. So he's now urging and calling on help from Nigerians to help them.
How
if they are not helping themselves, how will Nigerians help them?
Of course.
Because I don't understand. He is the Minister of Education, so something should be first done about the ASU issue and everything.
Of course.
For education to be stable in Nigeria, not to talk of after education, no employment, nothing. Now he's calling on Nigerians that are in abject poverty to help them out of the education crisis. That's not possible. This government don't want to own up to their responsibilities.
Exactly. They either play the blame game, or they call on someone else to do their job, just as the INEC said they released the list outside that people should go to the website to actually help them do the cleanup. So I think something just needs to be done about this. Let's go to the next one. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has said that there is no rancor between him and the Anambra State Governor, Professor Charles Soludo. Obi said that Soludo is his brother and they will remain close. The presidential candidate urged Nigerians to remain prayerful for the country, especially as it prepares for the 2023 general election. He noted that Nigeria needs a leader that will take care of the poor and the hungry. He therefore urged Nigerians to vote candidates who have empathy, commitment and zeal to serve the country in 2023. Meanwhile, the Labour Party youth leader in Anambra State, Ekene Nadi, has frowned on Governor Chukwuma Soludo's comment over the ambition of the party's presidential candidate in the 2023 presidential election. Peter Obi saying that the governor is envious of Obi's performance. Well, I used to tell people that Soludo and Peter Obi, they would always be on good terms. This is politics, and politics is a game of interest. So you and even your blood brother can be in different political parties, and you kind of tackle each other, try to bring each other down, but deep down, behind the scene, you are still good. You are good. You are just telling the public. You are kind of denigrating each other in front of the public, in front of the masses who are giving this vote. So you are just trying to paint yourself as good as possible. That's just what I think about it.
All right. So, girlfriend arrested for stabbing boyfriend to death. The Lagos State Police Command has arrested a lady, Esther Paul, for allegedly stabbing her boyfriend, Sadiq Dairu, to death at Amusa Street, Agungi, in the Lekki area of the state. It was gathered that Dairu's stepfather, Kazim Obafunsho, after being briefed that his stepson had been stabbed by his girlfriend, reported the incident at the Ilason police station. It was learned that the policemen detailed to investigate the case rushed Dairu to Evercare Hospital, where a doctor on duty confirmed him dead. The State Police Public Relations Officer, SP Benjamin Udein, who confirmed the development, said Paul had been arrested, adding that Dairu's corpse had been deposited to the IDH mortuary in the Yaba area of the state for autopsy.
Wow.
Toxic relationship. Like stabbing a man to death. 21-year-old.
21-year-old girl.
She's 21.
Why would someone actually stab his or her partner to death?
I don't know. If he's not working again, why just not walk away? Instead of like stabbing another. Now, that's too much. Stabbing a like human being to death. I don't understand. What could have led to you taking a knife to, as in taking a knife from the kitchen, then stabbing your the person you claim to love to death?
Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe the guy cheated on the girl.
Even though, because he cheated, no, that's too much, I'm sorry.
So if your boyfriend cheated on you now, you won't get angry?
I'll get angry, of course, because I'm human.
Okay.
But it's better to take a walk than to do the unusual. Stabbing a guy, that's too much. Please. That's too much.
I think
she will not blame everything on the devil.
Of course, it's the devil that always takes the blame.
Not like it's the
every
devil.
time it's the handwork of the devil, and the devil has just been sitting down quietly on his own.
That's too much.
Wow. Now let's go to the next one. NNPC boss Kyari decries oil theft, alleges collaboration between security agents and criminals. The Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Commission, NNPC, Mele Kyari, has condemned the spate of oil theft in the country. Kyari spoke in an interview on Sunday, and he noted that those engaging in the crime use technology to lay pipelines. He also accused security and government officials of collaborating with oil thieves. The NNPC chief, however, revealed that the federal government has stepped up strategies to combat the scourge with the deployment of helicopters for 24-hour surveillance to monitor and protect pipelines. What do you have to say about that?
Nigerians. Theft. I think they kind of linked this theft to unemployment in the country of recent.
Imagine. Just imagine. How can oil theft be linked with unemployment?
I love my country.
No, I don't like this kind of country.
Oh my God, Nigeria. Nigeria is a joke.
Big joke.
It is well.
Mele Kyari, okay, coming out now to say security operatives actually collaborating with the oil thieves. That means he actually knows these people. Then, what is the EFCC doing?
Are the security operatives unemployed?
I don't know. They're actually in this same government. Exactly. As the presidential candidate of Labour Party once revealed a few months ago that this also fuel subsidy of a thing is a scam. That oil theft is being carried out by security operatives, and those people in NNPC are actually...
The security operatives, I'm very sure it's someone of higher position that is sending them.
Of course.
They can't be carrying out such thing on their own will. It's not possible. Evidently, someone in higher position is giving them moves on how to go about this thing, how to be able to steal this thing at this time. Nigeria is a joke, I'm sorry. A big one.
I actually think these oil thieves, they are being shielded, they are being guided by the security operatives, by some set of people in the top or in the upper echelon of the security force in Nigeria or something like that, because just a normal person on the streets can't actually go and steal.
No, it's not possible.
It's not possible.
It's not
so
possible.
They actually know themselves.
They are within each other. So they are within themselves. All right, the next one here is G5 governors meet in Lagos State. The train of the 5 aggrieved People's Democratic Party governors led by Nyesom Wike of Rivers State yesterday arrived in Lagos State, with the G5 governors rebranded as integrity group within the party, while reaffirming its position not to support the presidential candidates of their party. Recall that the aggrieved governors, which include Samuel Otom of Benue State, Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, Ifeanyi Egwuanyi of Enugu State, and Okezi Ekpeazu of Abia State, have been clamoring for the resignation of the PDP National Chairman, Dr. Ayu'S, shortly after the party presidential ticket was won by Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, who is from the north. They are agitating that Ayu'S should step down and be replaced by a southerner within the party, maintaining that the north cannot produce the presidential candidates and the national chairmanship of the party.
Well, the G5 governors of the aggrieved governors in PDP coming down to Lagos State. I think right now the PDP are now the third force when it comes to this forthcoming election. I can say Labour Party and APC are now the ones, like the two main gladiators that will be struggling to get this presidential seat. Because the PDP, they are calling themselves unifier, and you can't unify your party
at all. There's nothing unifying in the party. It's from one crisis to another.
Exactly.
I don't understand why. Well,
and I think they're actually taking a swipe at Atiku. They're trying to destabilize him by coming down to Lagos here. He will be thinking, okay, these people are coming to Lagos to meet the presidential candidate of the APC. Probably to reach an agreement or an alignment, you know. And if they don't kind of address this issue, I think it is going to
cause a lot of crisis, and more crisis to come
to the PDP.
Even if the that's the leader, I mean the presidential candidate of the PDP should emerge as the president, the crisis will not stop. It will still continue.
How does it even want to emerge right now when you have Governor Wike is not in good terms with him?
Exactly.
Governor Seyi Makinde is not in good terms with him. And if you check the south part of Nigeria, Rivers State is the highest when it comes to population, the voting population. Rivers State has it. When you go to the southwest, Oyo State is among those states with large population, voting population. So these people actually have the numbers that he needs to win the election.
So these G5 governors, are they going to go for Tinubu or Peter Obi? We are not sure, because Wike is, I don't know, Wike is a very shrewd man.
It's very tricky, man.
Very tricky, and I don't know, we don't know who he is for. He can wake up tomorrow and start saying bad things about Peter Obi.
Exactly.
That's how he is.
Yeah.
He can wake up tomorrow and start saying bad things about Tinubu. So we don't know who he is for now. So we are just going to watch as the game goes, because it's a game. Of
course.
So we're going to keep watching.
You know, he said recently that it was just playing with them before. It was just this, maybe he didn't want to get angry with them, but now he's ready to play the game of politics. Even endorsed Sanwo-Olu a few months back when they have their PDP governorship candidates in Lagos State. Yeah, so I just think he's trying to make Atiku see that they are actually going to pull the PDP down. That they are going to make it difficult for him to get to that presidential position.
Do you think without their support, Atiku can win the election?
I don't think so at all. How can you lose someone like Wike, Makinde, Okeze Ekpeazu, Otom? Even if you say the middle belt don't really have the voting population, but Wike of Rivers State and them Seyi Makinde, there's no way. You can't just depend only on the north that Kwakwanso is there. Kwakwanso surely will pick his own in Kano. He's in the center. Yes. Kano is the highest. They have the highest number of voters.
I thought Tinubu is taking over the north.
Well,
because I think he's more familiar with the Northerners?
He's more familiar with them, but Northerners will always be Northerners. Majority of the time, we've seen them supporting their brothers. Yes, regardless of the political party or the affiliation, they always end up.
So they will always go for their brothers. That's
just it. And there are so many Northerners now in the race. Kashim Shettima is there.
Yeah.
Who will be depending on the Northern people to vote for him. Dati Yusuf Baba Ahmed is there. Kwakwanso too is there, and other former governors that also want to take out of this large chunk of the north, so the northern vote will be divided. So it's now left for other people to hold their homes. And now that the PDP is already divided, whereby you have 5 governors, you know how many voting population like that is going away. So I think since it is an agreement, as Wiki has said, that he was told that if Atiku emerges as the presidential candidate, Ayu would resign.
No, now they are going back on
now agreement. They want to renege on their agreement.
So what are you most excited about this forthcoming election?
Well, what I'm excited about is that the people are actually now more sensitized. They are more active, unlike before, whereby election will be coming, people will be playing football on the streets. They don't care at all.
I think people have gone through a lot of things in the last.
I think people's eyes have seen a lot of shaking.
A lot of shaking, so they are more open now. I know this is what we want. We must go for this.
Exactly.
To experience good things in the next 8 years. So people are more enlightened.
We've seen too many youths coming out in mass for the candidate of the Labour Party, APC, and all other parties, PDP. So it just shows that people are now more engaged. People want to choose their leader
that will lead them right.
Of course, they want Nigeria to work. We've seen for the past 16 years, for the past so many years now, Nigeria has been deteriorating. It has been on reverse mode.
Exactly.
Because we can see it by the Naira devaluation. There used to be, when I was in primary school, there used to be 20 Naira bread. Before Buhari came into power, the biggest bread that we used to buy is 400, very big. But now the bread now is 1,200. Triple the money.
Exactly.
So that's just it. Nigerians want something a president good. That would be like a father. You know, as a father, you don't want your children to suffer, or you don't want them to, you know.
Exactly.
We've been having rulers all this while, but now I think the people actually want to take the bull by its own. So I'm just actually excited about that. Now let's go to the next one. Next government will inherit 71.5 trillion naira debt liabilities after May 29. Barely 6 months to the end of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration, the federal government's total debt and other financial liabilities have reached 71.46 trillion naira. The figure does not include undocumented contingent liabilities to university lecturers, public school teachers, and other public employees to whom government is indebted. Analysts say that these undocumented liabilities could run into several trillions. The figures also exclude other pending financial liabilities to non-lending bilateral and multilateral institutions. These include regional and global institutions the country subscribed to as a member. While the traditional debt stock of the central government has ballooned from less than 10 trillion naira as at June 2015, a month into the current administration, to 35.7 trillion naira in June 2022. The federal government has revealed that its debt obligations to road contractors are about 11.16 trillion naira. During a recent budget defense, the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, said that government is committed to highway contractors to the tune of about 10.4 trillion naira, even as a total of about 765 billion naira relates to unpaid certificates for executed workers. Debt everywhere, debt from 10.
The loot of the Abacha's loot that was recently returned to Nigeria. I mean, that was given back to Nigeria. That's like, I think that's like, let me say 2%, because they have been giving Abacha's loot almost like after six months. So this loot, where is it going to?
I think these looted funds that are being returned, they don't give them back in cash, because probably these people paying this money back, they don't trust the Nigerian government to actually give them this money, because they would spend the money, they would just throw it away. So they actually use the money to pay for this project, this Lagos Ibadan Expressway, project, and I think Abuja Kano road infrastructure that is going on as well. So they don't actually give them cash. They actually use the money. Okay, which project do you have in hand? We use this money to pay up. Because if they give them in cash, they would spend everything.
But are the projects being done?
Of course, it's ongoing. Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is still there.
Okay. Because this debt, like that's 1.3 trillion.
It was 71.5 trillion naira.
71.5 trillion naira.
Yeah.
That's good. My country. Wow.
Actually, so how would this debt actually affect the next government?
I don't know. Probably it's going to affect the next government by the time they bring the budget. I'm like, they need money to execute the budget. I'm like, oh, we have to offset this debt before we can proceed on any budget, and that's going to affect Nigerians.
Of course.
So, what this 71.3? I don't even.
71.46.
How did they arrive at this debt?
Of course, you know, so far so good. Nigeria has been always borrowing from different countries like China, for example, to actually carry out projects.
Why are we borrowing when we have the resources in Nigeria?
And they will tell you that the resources we have is not enough. The money we are generating is not enough. That's why they keep on borrowing.
From China.
Of course. That's what you hear.
No wonder China keeps coming up with different kind of disease.
Well, I actually think the next government, for voters that will be voting during this 2023 election, for we electorate, I actually think the next government, regardless of who wins, we shouldn't expect like a miracle from the person. Even in the first 2 to 3 years, it will surely be hard, because offsetting all this debt, it would never be easy. It won't be easy. It won't be easy, because and there's also ASU there, ASU money there. I think 1.1 trillion naira also. That's the amount of money they are owing ASU, and some of this project that they're actually doing, like all this Lagos-Ibadan Expressway project and the likes. There are some monies that they still want to pay the contractors that are not being written in the official book that is bringing this 71 trillion naira. So all the money we are owing is about 100 trillion naira.
Wow.
So I actually think this next government,
so where are they going to get the money from like this?
Nigeria will surely generate the fund. We have more crude oil than United Arab Emirates. We have more quality crude oil than them.
And we don't have stable.
They have good leaders. We have bad, like woeful leaders. They are the ones hosting this current World Cup.
True.
You can see the facilities, like world-class stadiums. Nigeria can actually do it, but we have more of thieves.
Nigeria is in abject poverty, and there is news online that Nigeria is about to export rice to Egypt, when some places in the country are wallowing in abject poverty. Why Nigerians want to export rice?
Well, I don't actually believe everything I read in the news, because sometimes you can find propaganda.
That's true.
Because it is what you have in excess that is what you should export. You can't have something at home and your children are actually hungry. They need it and you want to sell it off. No, you'll be so very wicked to actually do that. So that is all we have for you today. We've come to the end of the program. So kindly endeavor to like, share and subscribe to Flip TV for more latest updates, and also do well to join Christian Chuku on the next program, Bystanders on Flip TV. Do have a great day ahead. I remain Olajide Taufik Olamide.
I am Adeni Adela. Thanks for staying.
Thanks for staying with us.
100 naira, that's the